friends, welcome back to Llama Mama Kayla's Yarn Tube. I'm Kayla. Thank you for stopping by and hanging out with me for a little bit today. I appreciate your time and I appreciate your company. So today I am drinking sweet and salty caramel coffee, and it's really good. Like, this is one of my faves. I had a bunch of it, a box of it, and I've just been stretching it out over time. I really love that coffee. My friend Angela said one day I called it sweet and sour caramel coffee. Who knows? You never know what's going to come out of this mouth, okay? I probably did straight up say that, but it is sweet and salty caramel coffee. And so it is a very good coffee. It came from Amazon, so you can find it on there if you're interested in trying it for yourself if you like caramel. And I don't know where the sweet and salty comes in at. It's just a good caramel flavoring. Anyway, guys, just to get a few things out of the way, I wanted to tell you that there is links always in my description box right up under this video. There's you'll either see show more, depending on what type of device you watch YouTube on. It'll either say show more, or there might be just a little arrow type thing. It's not really a full arrow, it's more like a little V. You can click on that and it opens up the description box or something, but there's always tons of links in my description box, and you can just scroll down and see all the links. All the way to the very last thing down there is a link, so enjoy. But I am on Instagram, and I think that's there. Our Facebook group is down there, and just lots of other things. So check it out if you have time, and if you're interested, wanting to know what's up. So when Big Daddy and I went to Walmart to get groceries, we actually went in Walmart, and we went to the big Walmart because our big Walmart and little Walmart do not carry the same items. We have items we get at the big Walmart that the little Walmart don't carry. We have items we get at the little Walmart that the big Walmart don't carry. So we went in the big Walmart and got a few things we needed, and let me just tell you, it was really rough on Big Daddy. He had a hard time getting through the store. I mean, I was struggling too, but I was pushing through to get it done. But anyway, after we got in the store and we're, around the store and everything, I realized I had my shirt on wrong side out. And it was just a regular, it was that fuchsia pink shirt that I wore a day or so ago. I don't know when I wore it, but anyway, I had it wrong side out. I mean, the seams and everything was just. Big J said, "It's okay, I'm not gonna let anybody get that close to you." Anyway, guys, so in yesterday's video, the one that came out yesterday morning, I did a new to me yarn. I'm making a project, and it's going to have 3 yarns in this project, and all 3 yarns are new to me. My first time to use these yarns, and so I'm making a mess here trying to find the tail of this yarn. So I may have to put that on my Wool Jeanie. I don't know. So I'm doing a project that's got 3 new to me yarns in it. So I did one yesterday morning, and I loved that yarn. It was really dreamy. And next time Hobby Lobby has 30% off, and I have yarn money for blowing, I'm going to get some of that and make myself something out of it because it really feels good. Okay, so today's yarn that I am featuring is a Red Heart Super Saver brushed yarn. Now, I have never used this yarn. I did pick this up at Joann's when I was over in Shreveport at Joann's, and so I've been waiting to use it, and then I got this idea of making this project with the 3 yarns that I have never used before. You can see all the fuzz on that blanket. I mean, on that blanket, on that yarn. So I particularly don't think with all that fuzz that this would be a good baby blanket, because babies would could get all that fuzz in their mouth. So I don't particularly think it would be a good blanket for that, but it would be a good decorative throw blanket or something like that. So I'm going to put it into my blanket that I am making. It's a panel that will eventually be a blanket. But anyway, so I am going to put it into that and see how it works up. Right now on the skein, it is really soft. It is really soft. Um, and it's because of all that fuzz. I know it is. Can y'all see all that fuzz? So I really want to find the center pull on this because I don't want to take the label off. I know I could retape it, but I know the yarn is supposed to come out on this end, but couldn't find the center. I was pulling out this humongous wad. Well, I'll probably use that much yarn in this section of the project anyway. So now I just gotta find the tail. I hate it when I have to search and search for the tail. But I feel like this one must be buried deep in there. Probably be in this little section. Okay. Now, this yarn is not sold locally to me anywhere. I only have Walmart, who carries some Red Heart, but they do not have brushed. And I even looked at Walmart last night to see if they had anything new. And I will pop a little walkthrough of my yarn aisle in. They did not have anything new, which I'm not surprised. Well, they didn't have anything new, but I think they had a little more stocked up. So that was kind of good, but I didn't get any. I didn't need any at the moment. I have like a list of projects that I am working on, so I didn't want to get distracted, because when I get new yarn, I'm like, oh God, I want to play with it. Are you like that? If you get new yarn, do you have to like just automatically just start crocheting with it? Yeah, so I knew if I got anything, I would make something. And I don't need to, because I have projects that I really want to get done. So anyway, I think I'm finding the tail. So we are ready to go add this on the project from yesterday's video. So I'm just going to add this in, and we're going to go to my desk and work this up and see how it feels and what's going on with it. Right now, this feels like a fuzzy spaghetti. It looks like fuzzy spaghetti. It does feel really soft. It is super soft. Like this Red Heart Super Saver brush is super soft. But like I said, with all that fuzz, I don't think it's a great baby blanket. I don't know. I wouldn't want my baby to get all that fuzz in their mouth, because that's too big of a chance. Right? Tell me what you guys think about that. Would you use this yarn for a baby blanket or not? Might make like a good hat. Even, I don't know, but a baby, you wouldn't want them to pull the hat off and start gnawing on it. So maybe an older child. Maybe older, not baby. Anyway, let's go to my desk and see how we like this yarn. Here I am at Walmart. I always want to check out the yarn aisle to see if they have anything new. There's some cute baskets down there, but we can always crochet our own baskets. My son Dakota embroideries and cross stitches, so I like to look and just see if there's anything new that he might like. And I didn't see anything in particular jumping out at me screaming Dakota, but I just looked, had a good look to see what they did have, and wanted to check out the yarn, because sometimes my yarn aisle is very spare and does not have much at all. Last time I went, there was hardly any hooks at all, but today there seemed to be quite a few hooks. You do have to check when there's packages of multiples, because sometimes one will be missing. Like that one there had 2 missing out of it, I believe. But you just have to pay attention to that. But they do have really reasonable priced hooks. Now, checking out the yarn, you do see that there are lots of holes everywhere, but we did have a good bit of yarn. Sometimes it's less than this. There's all that rope yarn up there. And we did have quite a few mandalas that were new to me at my Walmart. I'm not saying they're new colors, but I haven't seen those colors at my Walmart before. Sometimes we, get things in way later than other people. There's Premier Puzzle yarn, and then there's some Premier Bloom up there, and just all kinds of yumminess. Lots of mandala cakes there on the top. I didn't look too closely at them because I didn't want any. I didn't want to make myself buy any. I love all that red heart ombre. That would make a beautiful blanket, just going from ombre color to ombre color. I love that. No, I did not buy any yarn because I knew I would want to come home and start a project with it. But I tell you, that yellow and that mint green or sea glass green right above it was really screaming at me to jump in my cart because they wanted to be in a project together. There is some sparkle yarn. They have about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different colors, maybe 8 if that white was one. Now, my particular store here doesn't carry much mainstay, but the one across the river carries a lot of mainstay yarn. Okay, friends, so thank you for joining me at my desk. I am working up this Red Heart Super Saver brushed yarn, and I really didn't tell any information about this yarn earlier. I don't know, I just forgot. It is a 4-weight yarn. It recommends a 5.5 millimeter crochet hook, and I'm using a 6 millimeter hook because that is what I like to do for this type of projects. And it is called Whipped Butter. It is a light yellowish color, and there is 253 yards in this skein of yarn. So that is what I am working with, and it's working up nicely. I don't have any complaints about how it's working up. So I'm just going to work some stitches here with you guys. I got to a part where I wasn't having to increase and decrease on the project so that I could, just straight crochet and talk without trying to keep up with what I'm doing. Okay, it's working up fine. I will say that I personally don't like the feel of this yarn on my hands. Every time I get up and do something, I wash my hands. I just feel like my hands need to be washed from this yarn. It's the texture. It's a texture thing. Now, that may not bother you at all, but it doesn't bother me like right here. It's this part making my hands feel like I need to wash my hands. But it's crocheting up fine. Like, I have no problems crocheting it. Now, we are going to try to frog it and see how well this frogs. So, let's frog it a few stitches and see. Okay, it's frogging just fine. No issues there. Okay, so I don't want to unfrog my whole thing, but there's no issues frogging it. It is very much a halo all over this yarn. I personally don't think it's a yarn I would use for a baby, which it does not advertise for a baby anywhere on this label. The yarn is not advertised for a baby. I'm just throwing that out there, that I wouldn't make baby items in this. Now, I think amigurumis would be cute made with this if it was for someone, older, or just an amigurumi to have sitting somewhere, but not for an infant or baby that is mouthing things. But I think it would be very cute for amigurumis because they would have that fuzzy texture, and it's not hard to see the stitches. You know, a lot of times when you have yarns that are haloed or such, you can't see the stitches, but I do have eye issues, very bad eye issues, but I can see the stitches just fine. So I have no problems crocheting with the yarn. I don't particularly like the feel of it running through my hand, but I don't get that ickiness feeling when I'm feeling this, because it is really soft. It's a soft, this one, yesterday's, is a yummy softness. This is a, I'm trying to think how to describe that. It's a soft, but not a squishy, yummy softness. It's a furry soft. Like pet your cat soft. Okay? I don't know if that makes sense. I say weird things. But yeah, I don't really have any complaints about it other than it makes me feel like I need to wash my hands. I think it would be great for a wall hanging, like this piece that I'm doing right now. I probably will enter this into the fair in the fall. My fair doesn't come until like the end of September or early October. So I'll probably enter this in the fair, and I'll probably enter it as a wall hanging, actually. And if I was to gift this to someone, I would call it a wall hanging and not a baby blanket, because I wouldn't think it would be a good idea for a baby's mouth to be on all this halo. Tell me your opinions on that, guys. What's your opinions? Have you used this yarn? What kind of projects did you make with it? And did you like the yarn or not? We all have different opinions, and you know, there's not a right answer or a wrong answer. I'm not dissing the yarn. I'm not saying I don't like it. I think I would like it in different colors to do some more, you know, different amigurumis or such. But like I said, I wouldn't necessarily say they were amigurumis or projects for a baby or an infant, you know. But I think it's a nice yarn. It did frog just fine. So this project that I'm doing, like I said before, I'm putting 3 new to me yarns that I've never used before into this project. So from here, I will be finishing off this yellow part, and then I will be adding a new yarn to it later. Once I finish this yellow part, then I have to go back to just this rosewater color, and then when I finish that, I'll be putting another color around it that is another new to me yarn. Okay, one thing I was going to tell you, that this particular project, you do need bobbins, and I'm too lazy to do a bobbin. Well, I could do a bobbin, but it's hard to tell how much yarn you need on that bobbin, and so I don't want to like make a bobbin, cut my yarn, and then find out my bobbin wasn't big enough. Because right now on each side I'm just doing 4 stitches, but I'm going to be going up, so what I am doing is trying to keep from making a mess here. But what I am doing is I am using this skein for my bobbin. I'm using from the outside and from the inside. So that's what I have going on. And when I flip my project, try to get my yarns situated so I'm not tangling up. I don't know how people do it with, you know, a whole bunch of bobbins. I mean, I've seen people, you know, make projects and I know they used a whole bunch of bobbins, and that's very intriguing to me. How they keep it all organized, because I think I saw one that had maybe 12 bobbins, and I was just like, oh, I couldn't do that. I would have me a mess, because I already have a mess, and I only have 3 strands. I have my beginning strand here, my yellow that I'm working with, and then my ending down here, and I already have a mess going on, okay? Like right now, these two are twisting, and I just need to untwist them so that I don't just continue to twist it further. But yeah, so I'm just going to continue to work on this until I get my whole yellow section. I didn't mash my popper because I finished a row. If you didn't see, there's a video last week, I think it was last Thursday's video, where I did a whole review on this, and there's a link in the description box of where to order this. And so I'm using it as a row counter, so when I finish a row, I'm pushing my numbers down. I just finished row 11. And that does number all the way up to 100. So that's pretty cool. But anyway, yeah, I like the yarn. I mean, I'm not having any problems with it. Like I said, it frogged fine. I think I want to make an amigurumi with this and just see how that turns out. Might go back to one of my old trusty books that I pull out often and make a fuzzy amigurumi and see how that turns out. I think I'm going to have a good bit of, I probably have a lot of this color left over. And honestly, I cannot remember if I bought this in other colors or not. For some reason, I'm thinking I did, but I'm also wondering, where did I put them? They might be on, they might be on a whip cart. Because I was trying to decide which color to make this part in. And then I finally decided on the yellow. I think that, who knows? I will say this doesn't slide and feel as nice on the hook as this Yarn ID did. This felt really, really good sliding on the hook and just crocheting with it. This is not sliding as smoothly. I mean, it's a little bit of a drag, but it's not so bad that, you know, I can't use it or anything like that. No way. But it doesn't feel as yummy. Okay? Do you ever say a yarn feels yummy? And that just means it feels really, really nice and you just love it. That's what saying it feels yummy to me. This yarn, I don't know why I've never used this yarn before. I'm definitely using this yarn again. Now this one, I will use up the rest of what I had, but I don't see this as a staple in my yarn collection that I have to have. It's not a yarn that I would use all the time. It's more of a, if I had a project and this would, if I had a project and this yarn, and I thought this yarn would be great for that project, yes, I would buy this yarn for that project. But it's not a yarn that I would say, oh, I got to keep that on hand in my stash. Now, I don't know how long they will carry the Red Heart brushed. I have no idea. You know, sometimes yarns come and go. This might be one that does hang around. I really just have no idea. So if you do like the yarn and want it for amigurumis, you would want to go ahead and buy up some skeins, because a year from now they may not have it, or they might. I have no idea. I'm not saying that they're not going to. I'm just running my mouth. But anyway, guys, okay. I am happy that I'm doing this project with this yarn. So there we go. Thanks for joining me at my desk. Okay, guys, we're back in the yarn room. I did find the other Super Saver brushed yarn that I had purchased. And like I said, this is not a yarn that I really feel like I need to have a big stock on. I have 3 other different colors here. This one is called Dusty Pink. It is a mauve color, almost the color of the yarn ID that I reviewed yesterday. It's almost that color, but not quite as not bright, because that's not even a bright color. It's kind of muted, but it's not quite the same color. This one is a little bit lighter, and it's probably the halo on it. And then another one that I did get is called Misty Blue. And the 4th one I have here, counting the yellow one, 2, 3, and this would be number 4. This one is called Lilac Dew. Now, like I said, I did get these at Joann's in Shreveport, Louisiana. We do not have a Joann's here in Monroe where I live. My Michaels does not carry this yarn. My Walmart does not carry this yarn. And Hobby Lobby, of course, does not carry Red Heart. So the only place I have been able to purchase it in a store is Joann's. I'm sure you can order it online. You just have to look. But I think it would be great for amigurumis. Like I said, it's not for a small child or infant. But I'm happy with the 4 colors I have. Like, I'm using a lot of the yellow on that project. But I can see doing some amigurumis, or maybe even another wall hanging with these colors. But yeah, it's not a yarn that I say that I need to get all the colors or anything like that. But it is a nice yarn. I did not try to bring that project in here to show you anything again, because it's tangling up enough. I'm having trouble keeping it from tangling enough, and I didn't want to carry it to another room and then try to untangle it again. So it's working out. I'm doing all right with it. But I do thank you for joining me today. I'm going to hop off here and get this video edited and uploaded for you guys. And Big Daddy is going to be on his way to home to pick me up, and we're going to Target to get prescriptions for both of us. We both have prescriptions ready to be picked up. So we are going to go do that this evening and then come back home. I will see you guys in the next video. Be safe. Remember, it's a beautiful day to crochet, friends. I will see you all again soon. Have fun.